We had these, and I think we got them all ironed out. I'm just going to see if you can hear it a different way now. Can. Oh, wow. Can you still hear me? Okay. Sure. Do you want to run her out real quick? Because we'll start. We'll start after that. Yeah, go right ahead. Yeah, go right ahead. Then, yeah, I think you could teach this class actually. You can hear me, right? Okay. Just double check. Oh, there we go. That's where I'm going. It is. Mm-hmm. Oh, nice. Yeah. Right, and it probably hasn't changed a whole lot. I think there's maybe 2 changes, perhaps. Just want to make sure I'm not over-modulating here on the microphone, that you can hear me. Is it hard to hear? Okay. Well, I'll listen to the stream afterwards too, because we're recording. Just remember that we're live, so anything you don't want to share like that, feel free to mute your microphone if you want to. Okay. Well, if you move your mouse, I'll give you a quick lesson at the bottom there. If you move your mouse, there's a little black bar that comes up at the bottom, and the first square on the left, if you hold the mouse over it, says mute, unmute. When you click on it, it shows like a no symbol over the microphone. Same thing with video. What's that? Yes, it's you so far, and yeah, I'm really proud of you for getting into the stream that way. You did great. Okay. What's that? Carol and Becky are here, and Nelson is out. He's traveling with family right now. So, yeah, he's in Texas, I believe. So, or just got home and exhausted. You know what I mean? Yeah. Well, I'm going to go ahead and go up to the front, so I won't be able to hear you directly. And there is a way to. Thank you so much. There is a way to ask questions up there that'll come to my podium. I'm not sure. I'll send the question parking lot here. I'll just send this here. There is going to be a picture. Yeah. Do you have it right now? You should have like the logo with the data entry showing right now. Oh, really? Okay. It might be a setting then. Yeah, yeah, if you don't show a picture, that's interesting. I'm going to turn off the camera and turn it on again, because now, there we go. Does it start up again? If not, we'll know there's a tough issue. I'm going to try, yeah. Going to leave and come back, okay? Stay right there. Does that help? Did that change anything? No, you still have an L, huh? Right. Huh. Because what we're sending right now is the presentation. That's what's on screen in my audio, my voice. So I'm not sure if it makes a difference. You can check it out on YouTube if you want to. If you open the email and just click on view on YouTube, you should be able to watch it that way, but you won't be able to talk. Does that make sense? What's that about the printer? Mm-hmm. Oh, I thought I did take stuff. Maybe I didn't, but yeah. Right? Hmm. Jamesy? Yeah. No, you're fine. Don't worry about that. Okay, we have a good connection. I think our meeting is eating up some of that, but we'll, double check this here. See if it's showing the presentation on YouTube. Yeah, it is. It's showing the presentation, so. The email that we sent you has a link for either this meeting or for YouTube, so feel free to use either one, okay? Okay. All right. Go. All right. We're ready to start, Bunny. Yep. We are, yeah. Thank you guys for your patience. We're going to go ahead and open with prayer then and see what we can do about learning about creating content. That's kind of like what we were talking about a little earlier with some of your personal projects about being able to get stuff into the computer so we can use it.
Yeah. That answer.
Awesome. And go ahead and go to the live camera and we'll be ready to go here. All right. I think what we may do is switch to Zoom after this because she's not getting a picture. Yeah. So, all right. If you remember the question parking lot that we had on our website, right? If you open a browser and go to it, the buttons, and I'll show you on the screen actually up here. Let's see here. When you get to the website, there's a resources, right? Live stream, there we go. Under homework, there's a button that pops up that says questions, right? And then it pops up there, and when you click on it, it should go into the question. You can type what you want. If you're already logged in with your Gmail account, it'll put your name up there too, which will help too. But it'll let me know in the presentation things that I can cover, or if it's not covered in the presentation, I'll be able to mention it or address it. So, but that's how you get to it very easily. It's just by going to the Tech for Life website and now I've got, there we go. Yeah, Tech for Life website, homework. What does it say down there? Question. Yeah. Okay. So let's go ahead and try that. Homework question parking lot is what it shows. So If you brought your manuals with you, the document that we handed out was data entry, and that's what we're going to discuss tonight. Let's go ahead and open up with a word of prayer and help me calm down. All right?
Yeah.
It's been one of those weeks.
I understand that, believe me.
Go ahead and grab a seat there because the camera's showing you right now. Are you on me? Okay, good. Just the wide shot will show you. That's what I was saying. You might want to grab a seat. Your seat. Yeah. Yeah. He's avoiding it right now, but he's making sure that he's not showing. Yeah. I just thought you'd want to know. Yeah. So, that's right. When you're on a live stream, you got to be careful what you say. Don't give any personal information. That's right. Well, let's go ahead and open with a word of prayer, like I said. Holy Father, thank you so much for today. Thank you for calming me down. I ask you to make me clear to understand, and that the lesson we'd learned tonight would give us good tools for creating content so that we can help further your kingdom and help our lives improve with being able to communicate better using these tech devices. I ask for your protection from them also, that we would not be consumed by them, that you'd give us a break from them every once in a while. I thank you for getting me through a very difficult week, and I pray that you would see us through for tomorrow with medical issues and things like that. Just thank you. I ask you to be with all the people that are traveling from our class right now, that you bring them back safely to us, that you'd give us a desire every day to know you better and to understand you better from your word. Thank you for this time together. Calm our hearts and our minds and help us to listen carefully to your Holy Spirit. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. All right. Data entry, creating content. We're going to look at a couple of things the next couple of weeks. I'm just going to bring that up. Tentatively, I've got this set up for some of our fun stuff that we like to do. And I'm going to bring this up here in front so you can see it. Let's zoom in here. There we go. Yeah, sort of. It's getting bigger.
Let's see. And today's what, made the what, 5th?
Yes. Let's see here. Today is the 5th, yes.
Today's the 5th. Content creation.
Hey, Becky? Yeah. Yeah, feel free to pull that up on your laptop instead. Yeah. Feel free to pull that up on your laptop instead. Or you can say hello to everybody that's streaming, right? So yeah, we are the 5th. Yeah, could do Vanna White there, right? Pull you up like that. So yeah, we're talking about creating content, and the next several lessons that we're going to do are about that also. The ones in pink on our schedule. We're going to talk about digitizing paper, which is scanning it, photos, slides, different things that are tangible paper things, putting them in the computer so we can share them or use them in presentations. Then we're going to talk about digitizing audio, which means recording audio into a computer, taking it from CDs that we own or tapes or even vinyl, little records, right? Putting them inside. And then, God willing, we'll start learning about digitizing video, capturing video into our computers, or even film. That's some things I'll show you how you can do it. It's possible to do it. You may not be able to do it, but at least you'll get the concepts down and think of, in the future, I'd really like to do that. I know there's a way to do it. I took a class on it. I know kind of what we need to do it, right? It helps prepare you for that. But it's all about creating content that you can either share online or share with people in the digitized area. So, let's see here. Oh my.
Like the old reels from years and years and years ago. Remember the old reels?
Yes.
What do they call that? Like, they're that big, they're huge. I can't even think.
The 8 millimeter?
8 millimeter.
8 millimeter, yeah. Okay, and F11, okay. Let's see here, it has disappeared on me, isn't that special? Okay, well, let's take care of that then. Got rid of my presentation, isn't that special? There we go. Okay, let's try that again. There it is, and okay. There we go. Continue. All right. Make sure everything's doing the correct thing here. Okay, our question parking lot is still the same, so you don't have to worry about that. And we're done there. All right. Data entry. So the first thing we're going to learn about content creation has to do with text, right? It's the simplest form to enter into the computer, but it does take a little bit of a practice mindset and a way to get better at it. The faster you can put information in the computer, the more valuable you are to yourself and to an employer, right? Yeah. There are actually data entry positions available almost everywhere. Similar jobs, some of us have jobs where our job is to put in information about customers, things like that. We're able to update things like over at the church, the Welcome Center, and entering in information about the kids that are coming to visit, right? They register them in there and register them in for that class and give the parents a security key so that a code, right, so that they know when they pick up their kid that's the right parent. So, but it takes data entry to do that, right? And it takes data lookup to do that also. So garbage in, garbage out is what we're trying to avoid, right? Data entry means you're putting in the right thing at the right time so that it comes out the right way when you need it, right? Accuracy, yeah. So data entry by definition is real simple. It's the job of entering text or other data into a computer, such as typing on a keyboard, scanning a document. I mean, a lot of, like medical stuff. Yeah. They scan in all the forms that they need right away, and it's attached to the record that you've created. Yeah. Right? So, common data entry things, word processing, spreadsheets, like when we do our potluck meal, we do that and we can share that together, right? When you actually log in, go ahead and log into your Gmail account, right, on the computer. Go to gmail.com, log into your username, and pull up the email that I sent you. This is going to be part of our, yes, it's part of our, part of our lesson is going to be going and doing some data entry on our, on our.
Okay, Control Alt Delete, right?
If it's not logged in, yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay, Control Alt Delete. Now
wait, was it already done? Let's see here. Was it signed out? No, you're there.
Okay.
That's only if you're not logged in, right?
So there's nothing for me to do. Pull up Google Chrome.
Gmail.
I guess, or Gmail. Mm-hmm. Just pull up Gmail. Okay.
Control Enter. There you go. So sign into your Gmail account, just like you would on, you do it like you do at the library. Yeah, you sure can. You're doing the right thing. Mm-hmm.
You know, if I ever want to get rid of a Gmail, how do you get rid of it?
We're not going to talk about that right now, right? Yeah. We can cover that on our question and answer session next week, But we want to make sure we get through this lesson first. All right, and when you've got your email account logged in, go ahead and raise your hand for me, okay?
This is stupid. This happens to me all the time.
I forgot your username, or is it asking you to send it to your phone?
I've had it 20 years.
Oh, yeah?
But then it says account recovery. This happens to me.
You're accessing it from a different computer, and that may be why. Because it's a different computer, you're used to logging in a certain place.
But this
So,
Google account, same one I've had.
okay, hold on.
No, this happens to me at the library
Okay,
sometimes.
what's your email address instead of your phone number?
Okay.
Why are we, oh, wait, how far are we into this? I'm sorry, let's go back to this. Okay, don't put in your phone number, put in your email address. There you go. Is it not selected there? There you go, you're doing great.
You have to do this 5 times at your computer to work. It's the same. I'll sit here and type stuff and it won't even be there.
That's my least favorite thing. You typed a whole bunch of stuff, right? Now you're done. Now you're done, right
33.
there. You don't need to put the at Gmail because it's
okay.
Google. So when we press enter, then it's going to ask you for your password. It'll say never remember passwords, right? And enter your password. Is that it?
I typed it. That's it.
Are you sure?
It is.
Okay.
It is. Right, it is.
There you go. So it was right. You just put in your phone number. You need to put in your email address, right? So now on your phone, tell it it's okay.
I will. I drive some car and get it.
Are you kidding?
No, I didn't bring it in.
Okay. So each time you log, right? But each time you log in, you're going to need it. Okay. So yeah, you'll. I appreciate you leaving it out there, though. It's nice of you. Yeah.
It told me it's wrong again, but I know it's not.
Okay. Let's double check the spelling.
Should I make it here?
Okay. I'll block the camera for you, and I'm out of audio.
Oh, you know, it's tilted.
It's okay. They won't see that. I wish they were that good at cameras, but they're not. Oh, we got to click into the area. There you go.
Oh.
There you go. Mm-hmm. Okay. That's not it then.
It
Yeah.
is it.
Is it? Okay. It's working.
The phone started.
It started working? That's awesome. Yeah. I don't know what that is, but okay. Main system camera is weird. Okay.
Isn't that crazy? I mean, back and forth.
Let's see here.
One battery, one fingerprint thing,
Dropbox.
another battery.
Mm-hmm.
I thought, okay, well, I went to get the, oh my God, you don't even know what happened. I went to get the phone, the A1,
Mm-hmm.
get up to Best Buy. I saw these blue tents outside. Maybe they're having a party, they're giveaway. No, they're closed the store for
Really?
weeks.
Seriously? That's crazy. Okay.
You gotta go up to Turkey Creek, I'm so sick.
So your main one. Do you remember that? This is for your password list. Don't say it out loud. No. Remember your password list one? I believe something like this. Something like that.
Oh, you mean
But yeah, don't say it out loud. But yeah, I think it's something like that, right? It's wrong. But it's something. It's like this, shifted. Remember?
I know, it's,
You remember that part, right? Okay. I am. Yeah. Good to see you, Amanda. Yeah. I'm barely alive. I'm kind of holding on there.
I didn't see her come in. You know what?
What's that?
Oh, no, it didn't send me a code. I just looked. Didn't send me a code.
It will probably be, yeah, it will probably be,
Gmail.
it happened when you did it probably. There we go.
No.
There we go.
No.
Let's start again.
Okay.
Yeah. What is this? We're going to say. You stored it into the computer. I'm going to wipe that for you, okay? So go ahead and do the exact same one that you did last time. Okay? You got it? Okay. Yeah, I'll tell you what, if you guys can't log in, I understand. What we're going to do is we're going to go to, I'll show you where to go.
Okay.
Yeah. It's okay, Carol. If you can't log in there, that's okay. Okay. Yep. That's not it for there. That's it for here. It's okay. Here's what we'll do instead. We'll go to the homework and we'll just click right here. See this right here? This is what we're going to talk about, is this right here. Give it a second. Let it pull up. It's a spreadsheet. And what we're going to look at for everybody. There you go. That's great.
Yes, it's me. No, there is no 6-digit.
That's great. No, you don't have to do a 6-digit every time.
Hey, turn this thing is going to go ring.
yeah.
I'm still getting scam phone calls.
That's too bad. Yeah, that's really annoying, isn't it?
I'll
Okay.
turn it is.
So we do invitation, right?
Yeah. Turn this.
There we go. Tech for Life. There we go. And then we're just going to click on the invitation. This is the, ooh, that's the last week's.
Oh,
Don't switch.
April.
Thank
Oh,
you.
yeah.
There's a lot of annoying things on here, aren't there? Well, that's the wrong day.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. We're going to double check. We're just going to click on this right here.
Yeah.
That's where we're going.
Yeah. Okay.
So now you're at the spreadsheet that we want to work on. And that's what it was for tonight, right? If you look at the top there, you see the meal that was listed there, and then you see the different items to bring. So part of common data entry is working in spreadsheets, right? And so navigating where you need to put the information is the most important part, right? Because when you have a mouse, you click where you want to start typing. Just like when we look for the username and password, sometimes it's hard to find that too, but when you find the right one, everything works, right? So let's go ahead and take a look at that. I'm just going to pull this over here to the screen. On this, yeah, we'll zoom this up too. Where's that at? There we go. I'm going to make this a little bigger. Make it a little easier to watch. There we go. So it's a little better. Yeah, now we're talking, right? Now it's a little easier to read, right? Yeah, so, and James, this is what you have on my screen, right? Where people can see? Okay. So just as an example, this spreadsheet is something we use as a group. We're going to enter data into it, right? And it keeps a list of who's done what. So if you mess it up, I kind of know who did it. If you add something in, I know who did it, right? But we're going to share with it what we're bringing and who it is. It's simple things. When you look at it, I will bring and name. It's real simple. Just these areas here is all we want to change. And the way you navigate is by clicking in one of those squares, right? One of those rectangles. You can even add something you wanted to, right? You can type in cookies, and then if I'm going to move from here to here, I've entered my data, cookies, just typed it in. I want to go over there, I can use the mouse and click over there, or I can hit tab. When I hit tab, it's ready to go. Notice the blue highlight is where I'm going to focus my typing, all right? I can put in, yeah. Santa Claus is going to bring cookies. Yeah. And if I hit enter, notice where it went. It went right down to line 7. So it's ready to type the next line out of those two things just because there's only that many columns wide. But if I hit tab, it would have tried to go somewhere else, right? So that's how we're moving around. Use the arrows.
I work behind Saturday.
Okay.
How much is the battery that I need to pay you the money to bring them on?
I don't remember. I know it's under 30. It's like 25, 28, somewhere in there.
Do you take a check?
Sure. For you only, yeah. I'll send you a text message with it, okay? Yeah. It's good to see you. Yeah. Yeah. So data entry, sorry about that, folks. So, I think we need a wider sign that says you're on TV. I think that's about the, you're going to have to cross through a border that says whatever you do is going live on the internet. So you're aware, if you interrupt with something else that's not the topic, you're breaking the show, right? For everybody that's listening, we apologize for that. But like I said, we're just experimenting with this. We're getting better at it, and we'll all understand it and be able to make it easy for everybody to understand, including the people that are not here right now. So yeah, backing up to data entry. We're working on a spreadsheet. We've just put in what we're bringing. Name, I would have put Stefan, obviously, not Santa Claus, but that's how I can do it. And I can volunteer, like if there's a place here for ours and there's no name beside it, feel free to say, I'll bring the refried beans or I'll bring the sweet tea and put your name. That's all you got to do sometimes is just check in, right? Say, hey, I'll be glad to, as I come in here, I'll bring the sweet tea, right? And I'll put in Stefan there. And once I do that, it's live and you get that, right? If you look on the spreadsheet, you can see that. And then it's helpful that way, isn't it? There you go. Yeah. So that's good. A good test like that.
I tried to hit the space bar and the thing just goes
It
out.
closed? Okay.
All I did was hit the space bar.
That is kind of weird.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I was like, well, where did it go?
Yeah. Let's see if we can get in here.
That's
Okay.
crazy, isn't it?
Looks like you haven't started. So this is a different browser. I think you were in this one, I think.
I tried to get in Chrome. That's always
Okay.
my go-to is Chrome.
Right.
So I thought, well, I'll try and get in there. It's strange.
Okay. I gotcha. That's why you went into that.
Thank you.
That's okay. Let's just do it as quickly as possible. Like if you get lost,
Yeah.
the easiest way to get to the lesson that we're working on right now is to go
Yeah.
through that homework tab, right? So when it does come up, oh look, now it's brought up several. It's just broken, isn't it?
Just leave it to me to break it, Ron. No.
No. You're not the only one that has trouble with it. There we go. So we got it come up. Here we go. Hold on.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So we'll go to the homework tab.
Okay.
It's like it's doing updates in the background.
Okay. Okay.
That's why it's slowing down. I apologize.
No, that's fine.
So there we go. And we're going to go right to there. This is our lesson for right now. If you look at it, the changes that are on the screen on the main thing are what reflect on yours. Because we're all working in the same spreadsheet at the same time right now.
Right.
Okay? And that's why yours show up there. Okay? Black Forest cake. Awesome. Right? So one type. And it's real simple. Data entry is putting information in that we can all use like that. Right? This is just one example of doing it on a spreadsheet. And we're going to leave that and go on to a different section now. Let's see here. Let's go back to, there we go. And back. Okay. All right. Click for potluck. There we go. All right, there we go. Huh. I'm having a great time tonight. I'm sorry about this. There we go. Present this. Apparently I've been dragging this over and getting rid of it every time. There we go. So, we just did one on spreadsheets. We could do one on word processing pretty easily. The same thing we do in our Gmail account. We can go into our drive and open up a word processing document, or we can do it as simply on our computer just by opening Notepad or a word processor. We can do things with customer files, like specific software that our company runs. They have special places where we put the information like that. We can create letters and documents on word processor. We can create mailing lists and databases or numerical data. A lot of things are number crunching, right? You have a list, and that's why that little number pad on the computer is so helpful. It's great for crunching numbers into a database. So there are other methods besides using a keyboard and a tablet. You can do things like an optical scanner, like we talked about at the hospital. Sometimes they need a copy of your driver's license, things like that, and they have a scanner that's high speed, puts it in there. But using that software and making sure you get a good scan is something they would pay you to do, right? Or something you do at home. You want to send a form into some place, you got to make sure that it came in fine, it looks good, then send it, right? And knowing where to send it and what form to send it in is sometimes important when you scan it, right? Because some places will be like, send us a PDF of this. Almost every scanner has a way to scan it to a PDF. The toughest part to remember is probably where you store it or where it shows up, right? And software is getting better, but if you can learn to get around your documents and learn that when you're presented a screen for saving something, you know where you're saving it to in the first place. So always read the screen. Don't be so quick to answer it just because you think, oh, I really should know this. I just do it. Look at it, make sure it's going exactly where you want it to go, then tell it it's okay. But don't rush yourself. That's the most important part. If you can't find it, doesn't matter if you scanned it. You can scan it 10 times. If you don't remember where you scanned it, doesn't matter, right? Eventually, you'll probably run into all 10 copies if you don't remember, right? When you actually get a file requester, it pops up and it shows you the drive location and the folder that it's going into. So if you have to give it a name, those pieces of information are there. Like I'll show you as an example. Just use a notepad here like this. I'll try to do it like this. So notepad, I'm going to say, this is just test info, right? And I'll go to save it. File, save. This right here is what we're talking about, this save window. When it comes up like that, it's showing me the location that it's going to go to. And what does it say there? It says this PC, documents. So if I'm logged into my PC, I know it's in my documents. I can put it under different folders under documents also. Remember we talked about nestling file folders inside of each other? That was one of our first lessons. That's why I'm trying to bring it back up so we refresh it and remember it, right? But that top line tells us where it's at. This PC and documents, right? If I click on that and change it, it will go somewhere else, right? This PC, I can put it in any one of those files, right? Music, pictures, let's say I want to store it in pictures, I can put it in there, right? But I do want to put it in documents because it is a document, and documents all, I'm just not going to leave it like that, but I'm going to give it a name, and this is where I'm naming it, right? So I go test name, right? Then when I click on the save file, that's where it goes. Now it's named testname.txt. So I close it, I'm done with it. I want to go find it again. I have to open up what's called File Explorer, right? So when I click on that and open it up, yeah, the File Explorer. Every device that you work on will have a way to either manage files and folders, or they'll call it either File Manager or something like that, but in Windows it's called the File Explorer. Okay? When you click on that, it looks like a little manila folder right down here, right?
Yes.
If you look on your computer, you can see the same thing in the bottom taskbar right there. See
This
that?
yellow and blue thing.
That one right there. Not the one to the right, but
No,
that one.
this-
When you hold the
this
mouse
here.
over it, it should
Okay.
tell us File Explorer.
Okay.
Click on that, and it shows you
Okay.
right here.
So this will pull up all these
Right there.
drives
That's it
and
right there.
folders and everything. This File Explorer, that's the thing. to
It
kind
shows
of
you
get
where
all
things
this
are.
stuff
Yeah,
pulled up.
that's right. It shows you what's in your computer and where to go get it, right? Is where you can look it up.
Okay.
So you know that we have our hard drive, right? It shows us what are our devices. Well, we know that this is the main computer drive, is C, right? But these are the folders that are for this user.
Right,
And I know I've got downloads, music, desktop, documents.
right.
Where did I store it?
Documents.
Documents.
Yeah.
If I go look in documents, what am I going to find? Let's see here, if I got a mouse
Any
here.
kind of letters, I would think would be in.
There's those folders, and
Yeah.
there's my test name
Yeah.
thing. When I double click on it, there's that document I created. So remembering when you give it a name and save it, where you saved it.
And where you saved it. But the
And it
File
makes sense.
Explorer, okay,
Use File Explorer to go find it again.
find it, and then you just look down the list.
Right. Now, I could, because I know it's a text document, right?
Yeah.
I can go into, and I don't need File Explorer, I could actually just open up the text file creator again, right?
Right.
And when I go to use it, I can go File,
Oh,
Open,
yeah.
and it goes into my documents right away. I can just open it from there,
File and open, yeah.
right?
Yeah, yeah.
So I know it's a text document, so there's multiple ways to go and open it,
Right.
right? And that's what we're looking at is we'd want to remember where we stored it. If we don't have to remember everything though, if we come up with a good way to file things. Text documents in documents, pictures in pictures, music in music, videos in videos. Because most of the folders like that exist on our cell phones, on every type of operating system. It's just the basic way of storing things. Even the stuff that's in the cloud, right? And just to remind you, if it's in the cloud, it's just on somebody else's computer,
That's all that.
right? And we access it through the internet browser. So we log in, it's protected with our username and password. We go into, say, our documents folder for Gmail or Google, right, or Google account. Let me explain it this way. When you have a username and login for a company, it gives you access to more than just that one product usually, right? If I have a Microsoft username and password, I get into Microsoft stuff. If I have a Google username and password, it gets me into Google stuff, right? So I have a Gmail username and password for my Gmail, right? My Gmail, Google email.
Yeah, yeah.
With that one username and password, I have access to hundreds of different software programs that they allow me to use, allow us to use, right?
Yeah.
So when we look at stuff like that, like I think I can bring this up, since we're talking about creating content. Let's see here. There we go. All right, so if I have my drive, I'll bring up my email and make it easier for you guys to remember. Okay, and this is another reminder about what we're doing. Let's see here. I'm gonna minimize my stuff here since we're live, right? Here we go. And that's where I put it. Okay, so we're done with this test document. So there's my email, okay? And this right here in the upper right-hand corner is access to the programs that I have for my Google account, right? And yours may be the same, it may be different if you're logged in, right? This is the same on my phone, because I have an Android phone. I'm logged into Google all the time with my account. So I can look for those icons on my apps on my cell phone, right? Or if I'm logged into a web page on my computer, my laptop, I go to that little waffle, is what it is, and it looks like the icons on a phone, right? Those little dots, right? The little apps like this. So I click on that next to my name, right? There's my little account user, my little picture that I have for mine. Click on that and it shows me the different programs that I can use with my username and password. So these are some different ways I can create data, right? I have photos, I have my to-do lists, I have my email, I've got my calendar, I've got some old chat programs, I got my contacts, maps, YouTube videos. But Drive is the main thing. That's my online storage, where I can store documents, like I stored this presentation that we're doing in my Drive, right? You don't have to. It's just, I'm just explaining that that's when you use a username and password for Google, you have access to your documents that you've created there. All right? They're password protected. It's just on somebody else's computer. They call it the cloud, but that just means it's stored on Google's computers, right? That account. If I have a live account for Microsoft, if I open up their OneDrive and I open up their word processor online and I save it there, my documents are stored under my username and password for Microsoft's computers. That would be your Outlook email. So just like Gmail, that's the Microsoft version of Microsoft's online email, right? Your web, they call it webmail is what it is, because you don't need a program to access it except for going to a web page, right? So it's webmail, right? But you understand the concept. If I save it in my computer on my actual device, it's not on the cloud somewhere else, I look in the File Explorer to find it. If I saved it in my Google account, I look in my Google Drive, because that's where I stored my files online. Any computer I log into, I can get my documents that way. Whereas if I'm away from my home computer or my laptop, I can't access them unless I set up some special software, right, to access my computer remotely. It's not a safe thing to do usually, but if you do it right, you can protect yourself and get to your documents remotely, just on your own private computer. But this makes it very easy, and that's what people offer. Microsoft offers it, Google offers it, Apple offers it, on their systems too. It just makes an easy way to use username, password protection to protect your documents that you can access through any device. Same thing, I could go on my phone, open up that same spreadsheet, and type it in on my phone. It's a little harder, but I can do it. I can click by using my finger to click in this field that I want to put my food item that I want to bring in and my name. I can do that too. So, right. So that's just an example of one thing that I can do that way. Let's see here. All right, we'll just take this back over here. Even the question parking lot that we use is a data entry thing, right? We have to go to the right page to put in a question, and we have to know where to click it and type into it. In fact, that's probably a good thing to do right now. Let's try it out, okay? Let's go to our website, right, our Tech for Life website. I'll bring it up here too. Let's see here. When you open up the tab here, there we go. And we go to homework. Underneath that is that little button that says question parking lot. When I click on it, it goes here to the page, and this changes all the time. That's why I'm trying to make it as easy as possible to click on ask a question. Yeah, so that's what you do. It's real. Everybody see what we're looking at here?
I don't see the question, but I see it.
Go to homework and hold the mouse. Now see question parking lot. Now click on it. Then it'll take you to that page right there. Yeah. It's just hesitating, isn't it? It says that it's trying to do it here. It's just taking a second. That's where you look. If you don't know if it's doing something, look right down there. That little line shows that it's trying to do it. They're so slow. I think they're updating in the background. So I know what we're doing Saturday. So what we're experiencing right now on these laptops is we haven't used them in how long? 4 weeks? Yeah. So every month, Microsoft puts out updates. The second Tuesday, I believe, of every month, they've done updates. Well, we didn't get April's updates, so it has to update them. So when it goes on, it says, hey, it's time. And so it's running in the background, using up our internet while we're trying to do class. So that's the only problem with using a group thing like this. We have to come in outside of class and update them so you can use them. Kind of annoying, I know, but it happens. It is for us, but yeah, when we went through COVID, we came in, we did several hours of updates for each computer. We actually came and had meals here, and each of us would take about 3 computers and work on them updating. And we'd race to see who could finish faster, because it was just taking that long. Yeah, it does. It can, yeah. Some of these are major Windows updates also. Like the version of Windows actually goes up a level. Even though it's called Windows 10, it's Windows 10 certain version, Windows 10 another version, Windows 10 another version. And they add in features or they add in security things or fixes. So, but it does take a long time. So when you're at home, it's not as noticeable as you're waiting for that stuff. So
I didn't realize that.
I know it's tiresome, isn't it? We're going to try it again, though. We're going to say, hey, we want to go there. There it is. Awesome. There you go. And it's finally coming up, huh? There you go. As soon as it comes up, and here, sometimes this is what I do. There you go. Hold it over there, and then go to question parking lot. So, we're all on the same, almost on the same thing. Yeah. Boom, huh? Come on, computer. It's so close. It's almost ready to draw. Okay. Oh, it came up again. Look at that. It didn't actually go to it. Sometimes I'll do stuff like this, or right mouse click.
Where did you get that?
There you go. Sounds like a duck. It's going to go over the air like that, yeah. Open link in a new tab. There we go. I'm going to try to. Yeah, everything I say is going over the internet. So. There you go. Man, that's so slow. So slow. Yeah, that's actually the. You're not, yeah. See, I do it the other way. It hides it, but yeah. There we go. Click to ask a question now. So you're there. All right. What's that?
If you push something, and I
Oh.
was just in that, don't have an arrow here where you
Hold
can
on,
go to
hold
the
on.
previous page?
Let me, when I closed it, it finished it. There we go. Oh, come on.
Sorry, it was Q&A.
Oh. Okay, guys. I'm going to do it again. I'm so sorry.
No, it's okay. I just thought I could push.
No, you did great. You did great. It didn't. We're going to stop doing it this way. Okay. So what we're doing is we're refreshing what we're doing. Okay?
Okay.
So we're going to do this. We're going to, hopefully it'll be new. Refresh.
Yeah, okay.
Hopefully it'll load the page again. And we'll go to question parking lot.
Yeah.
And hopefully when we click on this, it'll be the right one. Nope, it's the old one still. Automatically updates. Please update. Reload. Let's see.
That's probably all it is.
Here's what I'm
Needs to
doing.
update, I guess, huh?
I just changed it, so yeah, it may take a minute or two.
Okay.
I'll do it this way. Let's see if it comes up faster. It takes a couple minutes to propagate, probably.
It's okay. Lord, you should see mine at work. Couple minutes is nothing.
Does that really happen at work? Oh, man. Isn't it amazing how much it costs them to do that then, too?
Oh, I know, I apologize to everybody a lot, but believe me.
Oh, when you're on the phone, too.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Careful with personal information here.
Yep.
Yeah, it's not working, is it?
Is it not?
It worked for me. Okay.
Oh, it-
Yeah, so it means it hasn't updated. So we'll go by mine, okay? So just an example. If it were to come up correctly for you, which it should in a minute or two, right? It'll show the name of it. It'll show ask a question. You click in there and I can add it as that or ask anonymously, right? If you're signed into your Gmail account, it'll do that automatically. If not, you can still ask a question, right? And that's where we do it. If you can keep testing it, right? As long as it comes up to that screen, then you're okay. Otherwise,
And just-
yeah, this has to be refreshed each time until it actually draws the right page.
Okay.
See, because I updated it from there and it wasn't correct.
So
Yeah,
you just wants to leave it, okay, and see if
yeah.
it comes
See,
up?
it's the same old one. So.
Okay.
Oh well.
Yours is the same.
5 minutes. Yep, that's right. All right. See if I can publish it faster.
Yeah, it says down there, automatically updated. F5. We can F5.
I'm gonna have to put like a time and date in there sometime.
Okay.
Make it easier to tell, right? I mean, yeah. How do I know it's been done? Yeah.
It's 7:03.
Sharing.
I do at work all the time.
Oh,
I'd be
hey.
like, oh, it'd be,
I don't know about you, but I'm trying to connect. I may have lost internet. No, there it goes. 3 minutes ago. There we go. Yeah. Sharing. Get the link. Yeah. Huh. They've removed it, the publishing part. It is, isn't it? But that's something that we've talked about. Okay, we're going to go on. I apologize, it's not working. But that's what we would look like. It would come up and show the class that we're working on and a place to ask the question. And it would pop up and show me the questions that are going on, especially if people are online, right? If you're online, that's the only way to send a question in. And I just have to keep that link live and set it up before and not close it. I closed it 3 times. That was my problem, my fault. So the different types of methods is what we're looking at. Let's see here. We'll close that out here. We're done there. We're done. We'll leave that up. There we go. So, I think this is what we were talking about with example for editing our potluck thing, right? We talked about if you click in a cell, right, you can change it by hitting the F2 key in a spreadsheet. Spreadsheet, yeah, F2 is a note you probably want to write down. F2, the function keys across the top. When you're working in a spreadsheet, you can move around, but sometimes you have to hit F2 to edit the line that you're in. Right, F2 to edit spreadsheets, yeah. And that's just for that cell that you're in. Now, sometimes you can double click on a cell, and it's the same as hitting F2.
Double click on a cell.
Right, so if you,
What do you mean a cell?
well, a cell is each one of these little rectangles,
Oh.
right? A spreadsheet cell.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And we'll dive deeper into that maybe next fall when we talk about word processing and spreadsheets. We're going to have a couple lessons on those. We'll go through how to use these, but quickly,
Yeah.
spreadsheets, you can go in and you can change the information that's there, especially like something like this, what we share as a community. It shares the information with each other on a spreadsheet. Just makes it so easy, and it formats it automatically. You don't have to worry about, oh, I messed up the format for everybody, and now it looks all weird. Well, this is pretty simple because we just click in a cell. You can only mess up one cell at a time. But as far as getting around in this example, you can enter text into the cells. You can navigate with the arrow keys. And to save the data, you press enter.
Right.
That's essentially the difference. Now I'm going to show you something different here, okay?
Okay.
So I try to give you an easy way
Right.
to get to the question and answer parking lot, right? If you want to ask questions, you could type all this in. It's at the top of the presentation. Like anybody that's online can go and type in slides.app.goo.gl/, the one that leans away at the top, and then the capital N, lowercase c, capital S, 6A, and it would take you to that parking lot. It would. So, the example of, this one, that's just in our presentation. Like if you were looking at the papers that we printed out and handed out. We did this a couple weeks ago, we handed out the papers. Right, you don't remember? No, bring your stuff to class, it'll be easier, yeah. That's okay. We were in it, that's why we do a presentation up here, right? It makes it easier, but it's easier, like if you have your notes to go with it. I know, right? It's easier. Let's see here. You know what? You're not the only one that's got that same problem. You know, just finding things is sometimes hard, but yeah.
Don't feel bad.
Yeah, you're not alone. You're not alone, yeah. So let's go ahead and go on. You can actually get jobs as data entry operators. It's actually a field that you can get into. I had one going right out in high school. I had a job as a data entry operator, and I actually moved to the warehouse after that. It was so funny. They had so much data they had to put in a certain amount of time. There's only one other person working there, so they hired me full-time to enter data over the summer. And that's all I did was crunch massive amounts of cards into a computer so they could send out these products as fast as they could. But that's the way they came in. They were all on cards that had been mailed in, and I had to make sure I had the right spellings on everything to put it in there. And if we had questions, we put it in a special file, right? They'd follow up, somebody else would follow up with, is this the right information? But it would be, if I didn't put in the right information, I would get a whole bunch of things returned that we had shipped out, and it cost a lot of money. So that's why it's so important to do data entry carefully, right? Yeah. So the nice thing is you only need a high school diploma or an equivalency of that, right, a high set. 1 to 5 years of a related clerical or data entry experience will get you better jobs that way, right? But you can get one out of high school. And it's not for the faint of heart sometimes. Sometimes they push you to put a lot of information in a short amount of time. Sometimes they make you answer phone calls at the same time and take the information that way. So it's just about good communication skills, right? And this is stuff that we do all the time. We do our own data entry every day. We don't even realize it. Every time I update my contacts with a new phone number, a new email address, I'm doing data entry. Every time I enter something into my calendar or my to-do list, I'm doing data entry. It's simple, everyday stuff, but you can get better at it as you go along. So, the skills required for this, and we talked a little bit about them, reading comprehension. You have to have good verbal and written communication. You have to be a critical thinker, things that we've talked about just before class, right? You have to be an active listener. You have to be careful that you're hearing what they're saying the first time, right? You don't want to parrot it back to them unless you need to prove to them that you heard them, right? Just wait until it's the right time, or if they give you that look like, did you get it? You know, then you can say yes, right? Microsoft Office software basic knowledge, that's kind of like saying Xerox, in my opinion, okay? Microsoft Office is a set of programs, word processor, spreadsheet, database, sometimes presentation software. I think those are the major ones I may have forgotten. But the same thing exists online in our Google account. We've got word processor, spreadsheet, presentations, just like this is presentations in my Google Drive, right? It's how I show the presentation wherever I'm at. I can pull it up on my account, and here's the presentation. And I can change it here if I needed to also. So those are the same skills for each one of those different programs. Doesn't matter which word processor that I use, as long as I have the same skills, I can use any word processor I want. Each one may have special features that I might want to learn about, but the cool thing is that as long as you have that basic understanding of Office, Microsoft Office products, you can probably use just about anybody's, right? So you can be confident about that. Fast, accurate keyboard and 10-key by touch skills. This is the most critical thing, not this, right? Not this. If you want to put stuff in fast, you got to be either really good at a phone like this or really good at finding the home row and typing with all 10 fingers. And I mean, seriously, when I was in high school, we had a computer lab, but we also had a typewriter lab. It was back then where we had IBM Selectrics, and we had 45 people in a class, and all you heard was from all those typewriters going, and you know, as it's going around really fast on that little ball that's in there, and everybody's using that electric type, and we had to we competed, right? We competed in class. Who could type faster than everybody else with the least errors? Yeah. Same thing with computers. It's just a lot easier. You don't have to have that rrr sound, and it does in my mind every time I type and hear that rrr sound. But anyway, being accurate on that is something you can practice and get better at. And I actually have some things on our homework page, the links that are under the data entry, that can test you and kind of make it like a game and will coach you and teach you how to do it better. So you can practice and see how well you're doing. Some of them you can create an account and it'll track your progress. That way you could prove it to an employer. Hey, I can type 60, 75 words a minute with an accuracy of, and you can give them the accuracy rate. And it's something you can do at home while you're just, instead of watching television, right, you can improve your typing skills, right? You can get better at it. So use those resources that are there. They're excellent. Also, going from touch skills without having to look at the keys, right? Knowledge of clerical and administrative techniques, things we're talking about for resumes. If you know how to file things, right, on a computer, know where we store things for the company, which drives they go in, stuff like that. If you can find them and prove it to them using those business principles and customer service principles, you'll do well at this type of work too. Good near vision acuity. That would be this for me. That would be so I can see what's right in front of me. I can see far away, but to see these small tiny words, I have to be about there. So yeah. So that gives me my good vision acuity, is these little helpers right here. And then finger dexterity, you know, being able to find that home row and being able to hit all those keys that you need to, even the number pad key without looking. You're going to get better and better if you keep trying. They usually don't have a data entry job, or they've learned to roll their fingers back like Nostradamus or Rasputin, yeah. My personal favorite is this one, when they're doing the long 2-inch nails with a touch phone. I'm like, That's amazing. They do look like they're kind of over a wizard's bowl or something like that, right? But yeah, it's a skill, right? And they practice how to hold their fingers so you can get touch on there. Okay, so there's a couple steps to become a data entry operator. And I like looking at pictures. Look at this from back, I don't know when, but yeah, she's typing on a device that puts it onto a roll. Isn't that cool? So that may have been World War II era, is what I'm thinking. So she has a keyboard there, and she's typing it on a cylinder that could somehow be played back somewhere else. Yeah, and there's, of course, computers and lots of paper. All right, so you have to gain those data entry skills, first of all, right, which is good typing and numerical entry. You can practice this, right? You got to gain a knowledge of database software, spreadsheets, and word processing. You improve your spelling, your punctuation, strong reading comprehension, right? You understand what you read. That's what they do at school all the time, isn't it, James? Yeah. Learn the basics of office equipment like computers, scanners, copiers, and calculators. You certificate sometimes from a certain school. That shows that you know what you're talking about and that you've proved it to somebody. And practice data entry skills. You have to be fast and accurate. So, gaining experience. Seek related entry-level jobs as a word processor or a typist, right? Learn how to check your spelling, your punctuation, and organize page reports. Because you can move papers around, documents you can copy and paste from section to section to put it in the right areas. And sorting data. Like in spreadsheets, you can actually put information into it and have it sorted automatically. And that saves a ton of time. Just as an example, media libraries, DVD collections, things like that.
Yeah.
Being able to find them is one thing. You can do it all alphabetical, but then you can do it by category too. You may not be able to store all of them in a visible location. How do you find one DVD out of 400? I know it's harder to believe these days with streaming, but if you like to have a tangible copy, this is just an example of an idea of how you do that, right? So in a spreadsheet, you can put in, because you obtain the discs at a different time. You don't obtain them alphabetically or by category as you're buying them, right? So you're adding to the collection, it's not going to be alphabetical anymore, right? So the way I did it was, just as an example, I took the discs and put them into one of those CD storage things, and I numbered them. Every time I added one, I just added the number at the end, and I used a database file that I found online that I would look up the name and assign it a number. And so then I could search for the title, and it would show me the number, and I'd just go and get that number. So by sorting the data, it made it so much easier to find every disc I was looking for, no matter when I bought it, and I didn't have to re-alphabetize my discs or move them from shelf to shelf to make room for them in that order. I just could look it up quickly, and by sorting the data is why it was so quick and easy, sorting data.
You just had a name for every single one of them. You named it something.
Well, I named it the title of the movie, but it wasn't alphabetical. I just added the next number to it. And then I'd go into the program and search for the name of the movie I wanted to find or look up, right? And it would tell me what disc number it was. So I'd go to that number instead. In the, book of 300, it's, 250. Go to 250, pull it out. But I knew exactly where it was every time because I'd entered into that database, my own personal database like that. So it's one way of using technology to help yourself, right? Step 3, get a job at it, right? And you don't have to be hired. You could actually go and get experience like here at the church. You could actually go and volunteer to help at like the children's desk or at the welcome center and look up information or type in information to help people find what classes to attend, things like that, where to find certain resources, right? But you can find a job locally too. You can look at high schools and colleges. That's where the people sometimes go to find people they can use. Online job boards, there's lots of them. There's way too many of them if you ask me. Friends and family, always good. They may require typing skills for these jobs of certain words per minute. I remember when I went looking for just a job as quickly as possible here, I went to an agency, they were going to keep part of my paycheck basically. And I had to take tests there. I had to answer questions and take tests and show that I could type a certain speed. And while I'm applying to work, to be farmed out by this company, the application I made was that test. As fast as I was typing in and checking with no errors, it took the information right then. So if I did poorly at that specific moment, that's all it would show. You might be able to retest it, in the next, and they take an average maybe, but just that's what matters to practice at home before you do stuff like that, before you need them, because it's perishable, right? It's like riding a bike. You can ride a bike and you never forget, but you can get better at riding it if you ride it every day, right? You can go faster and take better corners, and you know when to rest, more likely, right? Aptitude with specific software. Just finding out what software that company needs and checking it out, testing out your ability to get through it and use it without, before you go in. Such as like Joy Television, knowing how to use Photoshop was the reason I was going in for the job, right? So I'd brush up on some test files and practice those maneuvers before I went in to do the job and do the test there. So, job opportunities and pay. There are lots of part-time and full-time jobs. Some of these are jobs you can do from home even. Just as an example, you can get a job putting data entry into to their databases online through your home computer. You get paid, when you log in, it starts your time. They track how many jobs you process or whatever the information is that you're saving in there, and then it knows how long you worked and they pay you that way. There are other jobs where you can type in the closed captioning of videos or movies or online programs, YouTube type stuff. I don't know if it's YouTube exactly, but you can go to Amazon and become a digital worker where you put in data entry stuff just on a per job basis, kind of like people do with Uber. Whenever you want to work, you sign in and you do the work that way. It's kind of changing how the world operates, right? I mean, COVID did that a lot, right? Almost everybody started working from home, right? It'd be nice to be able to do that for yourself on your own leisure time whenever you wanted to, right? So, even if it's just for fun or keeping busy, you might as well earn a little extra money if you're just hanging around, right? So, average salary for data entry operators is around $24,000 a year. Probably goes between 24 and 36, depending on what levels you're talking about and what part of the country, right? Benefits for skills using Microsoft Excel, spreadsheets, right? Advancement to other positions after 5 to 10 years. And the pay for this job rises steadily with more experience, but goes down noticeably for the few employees with more than 20 years of experience. That's where we become perishable, apparently. Then we go and read at Walmart, I guess, is what I do. So there's some homework, and these are some lessons, right? Typing lessons, practice with test data entry, money data entry practice. Each one of those is the shortcut link for them.
We need to write these down.
You do not, because it's on the homework page. If you look at the homework page, we're going to close this one. Oh, watch. Just go homework right there.
Homework, okay.
And then if you go down here, data entry, and across there you have the presentation, the PDF notes, and the links. So we go down here, there's the thing we worked on. Here's the practice data entry, typing lessons, money data, and Google keyboard shortcuts. So you click on practice test data, right? Entry, it's going to have this one, improve your data entry skills.
Okay.
So
Here, the entry.
this right here's an ad. See that?
Yeah.
Isn't that deceiving? Yeah.
Oh, no.
So there you go. KPH, like MPH, miles per hour, keystrokes per hour. Uh-oh, what are we doing? Oh, you're downloading the notes. Okay, you don't have to, but you can if you want to. At your home computer, you could do that, right? You can see that presentation on like paper again. Yeah, right here is where you got to. Yeah, and see, this is an ad. It doesn't say ad on yours, though. There it is right there. It says ad right there. Yeah, because you're using Firefox. Yeah, but there you go. KPH. The data entry test drills are scored in keystrokes per hour, like miles per hour, right? Instead of words per minute. Can help you prepare for data entry jobs, right? So if you scroll down through there, it probably gives you a little, if I remember correctly, it gives you a location to practice that data, right?
Yeah, credit card practice, food address, data entry. It's got all different ones down here.
There's lots of different ones, and it'll test your knowledge of each one. Let's pull that up myself. Homework, yeah, there we go. And test data entry, all right. Oh, see each one of them at the top? Look at all these different tests, right? Dental typing tests, financial, freestyle, French, German, no, special. When you get a job translating things, you could practice your French and your German, right? Probably your Spanish and your Chinese, money drills, license plate numbers. Ooh, those are interesting. Credit card drills, phone number data entry, zip code, right? So you click on any one of those and it tells you what it does. And the instructions for it tells you what to do. It says accuracy, start the test down here. Watch this, right? And it tells me what to do. I go to Bernard, right?
Which one of those did you click on?
Just clicked, at the bottom is what I did. What was it? What did I choose? Provelt data entry. Yeah. So the job is identity. The purpose of this test is to see if you're capable of doing the kind of work you'd be doing hired. It's a common test given to job applicants to verify their alphanumeric data entry skills. It's designed for practice to help you prepare for pre-employment tests, such as that. Yeah. So, if I remember it, but yeah. I hit tab between them, right?
Starting at quick forms extension. What's quick forms extension?
It should tell you at the top, right? When you click on it. 07102. Hard looking behind me, doing this stuff. Let's see here. 848-788-1964. There we go. And next test or end test. There we go. Click end text, and then it's going to tell me, show the errors. Oh, I needed to put it in a certain way. Road, I've typed read. This, I didn't put in the dashes, right? So it says 2,515 characters per hour, 47%. So I don't do typing very well when I have to look this way. I bet you I do at least 50% if I could look at it straight on. But yeah, so it's kind of nice having online tools where you can practice and get better.
Yeah, absolutely.
And test different things that you might be doing. See if what you like too, right? So yeah,
True.
street addresses, drills, numbers, learn touch typing. There's a good one, right? Look at that one. Instructions. Begin with your fingers on the home row. If you don't know what it is, shows you where to do it. The sixth key is 2 rows above the H key. Use your right index finger, stretch it up to hit it. The 5 key is above the row G key. Use your left index finger to stretch it and hit it. So, I guess that's what I'm actually trying to do. If I find the home row, and I go to 6, I go to 5. Yep, there we go. Check your typing speed. Now, let's add. There we go. Change the test. Click to that. Oh, when you start typing, that's what it does. Oh, wow. So that's funny, isn't it? Yeah. JJJ, yeah. JJJ, I can't even say space. JYJ, space. JY6, space, right? So that's what it's doing, and it's calculating as it goes. So I got 21% error, correct, yeah. 2.8 words in 9 minutes, yeah, or 0.9 minutes. So. But yeah, that's some great tests to learn. Any questions after that?
You can go through all these.
You could.
And if you just want to learn, here's French typing, German typing, Italian typing, Indonesian typing.
I would think that you'd probably want to know those languages before you tried them. But yeah, if you had those skills and you wanted to improve your typing skills of them, a lot of jobs, bilingual jobs, are great paying jobs.
Oh, yeah.
If you can speak another language, if you can type another language, it's even better.
Yeah.
Or if you could translate documents for people. See why the typing skills would be really important along with the bilingual skills?
Yeah.
Those are, 60,000 plus, I'm imagining, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
There's all kinds of stuff. Programming topics. Here's movies and TV typing test.
There you go.
Movies and why would you need movies and TV typing test? I don't know.
Take it and see.
Take it, huh?
Just click in there and see. It'll tell you why, right? If you read the top of it, it'll tell you why they have that. Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, we're down to the last 10 minutes.
Okay.
Stacy, what do we do the last 10 minutes?
God, it went fast, didn't it?
Yeah, it did. Well, we did start a little late, and I
Yeah, think
apologize
it went
online.
fast enough, didn't it?
Yeah. Trying to remember what we had planned for the last 10
Usually I
minutes.
have a lot of questions too.
True we do. But it's okay, you can hold them for later and write them down, right? If you ever have
You
them.
know what I do, and I'm sitting here and listening to you, I think of the question.
I
A
know,
week later, I don't think of it.
but that's why you write it down.
I know, yeah.
Write it down when you think of it, yeah. So, all right. Okay, well, next week, like I said, we're going to talk about the digitizing of papers and pictures and slides. And I'll bring in some examples, and we'll just kind of set it up as a kind of like we do here. Yeah.
So we are having class in here next week.
I'm sorry, I apologize. Week after next, right? So data entry, go home, practice this stuff for data entry, and then come back online next week for our question and answer session about all those things that you ran into, things like that. How did it work for you? Right? Carol got into the meeting last week. It was kind of a private lesson, wasn't it? Private session, yeah. It is tougher to do, isn't it, by phone? We talked about, yeah, I'll tell you what. Let's go ahead and sign off. Jamesy, let's go ahead and sign off. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining us. We'll talk to you next week online. 2 weeks from now, we'll work on digitizing, and hopefully we'll be able to do that on a live stream. That'll be interesting, I'm sure. But thanks for joining us, and you have a good week.